Hey guys, our burger 1219, aka Thor MG, it's huge. I'm bringing you a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh information today. Cards were released yesterday from the pack following Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, which will be Judgment of the Light. Um, and it was finally released in Japan, and there were some cards that we now know what they do. And I wanted to talk about three of them specifically that I think will have an impact on the meta when they come out. Now, this won't come out until August, which is a decent amount of time from now, so it's after Nationals and closer to the next format and closer to the next ban list. But the same cards will still roughly be here in the same deck. I mean, unless we get the baby forms of the elemental dragons in this pack, which I don't think we will, we're not going to have an elemental dragon format here, so it's basically going to be Prophecy, Mermail, Evil Swarm, and Fire Fist. So those are the four decks that'll, and I think this card could be useful against some of them. This card is Flying Sea. It was called Soaring Sea, and now they changed it to Flying Sea. It'll probably get another name change when it comes to America. But it's a level 3, 700 attack and defense insect, and when your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters to their side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand to their side of the field in face-up defense position. While this card is face-up on the field, the control of this card cannot XYZ summon. This is really, really good against Evil Swarms and any stray wind-up decks that may still be hanging out there trying to OTK. Those decks do not run any way to get rid of this card other than basically attacking into you, which has already saved you for a turn. Actually, it'll save you for 2 turns because it was special summoned that turn, so they can't attack that turn. And then the next turn, they can only get rid of it by attacking into you, or dark holing their field, or something extreme that's going to minus them. So it's going to be really, really good. Say you're playing Evil Swarms and they summon out Caster and go into Heliotrip. You special summon this, they have to leave them on the field. They can't go into Ophion. It's just a really, really good card. I don't know how much it might fall out of favor after this pack is released, because this pack has some really good synchros in it. They're trying to bring back synchros, and it might be a better side deck card because you wouldn't want to run the risk of having someone like, normal summon a monster and then they can special summon a tuner afterwards, and they'll just be able to use this as synchro fodder. But as for decks that strictly exceed, that is very good. The next card I want to talk about is Herald of Sacred Light. It's a rank 2 exceed, 600 attack, 1100 defense. Requires 2 level 2 monsters. You can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to target 1 monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. You can only use the effect of Herald of Sacred Light once per turn. This card is extremely good. It recycles boss monsters. It's basically just a way of recycling cards. I've heard maybe, it would be very good in Agents if you already have a Hyperion in the grave and, summon out Venus and 2 Shine Balls into that. There's a lot of different cool ways to make this guy. So he will definitely be a used exceed, in my opinion. Just for the fact of adding a monster from your graveyard to your hand at your choice is usually good. It's like a free monster reincarnation, only you send a card back to the deck instead of discarding a card. And that was about it for him. I just think he's a really cool card. And here is the one that mostly everyone is talking about. We finally know what the last prophecy card will be. Well, what we assume to be the last prophecy card. It is the Prophecy of the World, World of Prophecy, however you want to say it. When this card is special summoned by the effect of a spellcaster type monster or a spellbook spell card, you can target 2 spellbook spell cards in your graveyard. Add both those targets to your hand. You cannot special summon other monsters during the turn you activate this card. When cards are added to your hand by this effect, you can reveal 4 spellbook cards with different names in your hand and destroy all cards on the field except for this card. So basically, it's a level 9 Judgement Dragon with 2900 attack and really no drawbacks. I mean, if you bring it out with Temperance or if you bring it out with Spellbook of Life, you get 2 Spellbook cards from your graveyard. It's just this is a completely ridiculous card. As a Prophecy player, I am extremely happy about this extremely broken card, but it is going to be extremely ridiculous. There's just so many cool combos to do with this card. I really think this is going to make Spellbooks were already going to be, and they already were tier 1 in the OCG. That's pretty much all that's running in the OCG right now. There's a lot of Elemental Dragons and then some Spellbooks, and a Evil Swarm here or there, and Fire Fist here or there. But mostly it's Elemental Dragons and Spellbooks, and they didn't even have this card yet. So I really think this card is going to be insane. That's not much of a stretch. I don't know what they might do on the next ban list to maybe try to make this card more fair. There's no way to make it really that fair. Maybe secrets to 1. I don't know, but this card is going to be really good. So please comment, rate, and subscribe, guys, and let me know if there's any cards that you know. I'm sure you guys are checking the whole set list. If there's any other cards you want me to review. This is Thor OMG. It's huge. Signing out.